Sup, Bidge here, welcome back to another video. I'm going to tell you the top 10 ways to deal with cyberbullying from my last video. Okay, bullying has certainly evolved from the days of after school fistfights or shakedowns for lunch money. In fact, this has kept up with the times and made the move to emails, texting and social media. And while you may have some notion and damage caused, statistics shown that this is a widespread dangerous problem. Here's a look on cyberbullying by the numbers of top 10 ways to shut down online attackers. Number 1. Tell someone, which is what I said in my last video. According to this one, only 1 in 10 victims tells a trusted adult about online bullying. Yet, 68% of teens agree that cyberbullying is a serious problem. Often, this is lack of communication stems from embarrassment or fear. Kids worry if telling an adult will make them harassed worse once the bully finds out, or a teacher that parents won't be able to do anything to stop the abuse. It's critical for you to reach out and believe that your kids are bullying online. Look at the practical ways to address the situation, such as involving school administrators or contacting social media sites directly. Number 2, keep everything. By keep everything, I mean keep all the messages that the bully has sent you. That way, maybe, I'm not saying you should do this, but if worse comes to worse, blackmail them. In some cases, bullying crosses the line from aggravation to criminal harassment or threats. This is what happened to this certain someone who in September 2013 committed suicide after continual online harassment. Do not commit suicide, because that's how my dad's brother died. My dad's brother killed himself, so don't do that, because it's the worst thing to do. Although the police launched an investigation into the incident, law enforcement found on no grounds of charge online trolls. If your child is the victim of cyberbullying, make sure you save all posts and messages from the bully by taking screenshots or photos on your smartphone, in addition to recording the time and date. Number 3. Don't engage. Reports that 55% of all teens who use social media have witnessed some form of bullying, that 95% have ignored the behavior altogether. In order to combat this, a mix of acknowledgement and avoidance is recommended. This observing the attacks must be willing to report problems to friends, family members, or teachers who those being bullied are often better of ignoring the attacks rather than responding. The goal of any bullying in this goal has her or her victim in anger, in effect getting to them. The target and making him or her acknowledge ridiculous claims or statements. The best option is to block the bully from social media or email accounts altogether, which is also what I said. Number 4, learn more. Just 7% of parents are concerned about cyberbullying, despite the fact that 33% of teens have been victimized. Number 5, understand the scoop. If you don't know what that is, it's going to tell you here. Many adults believe social media sites are the most likely stages for the bullying behaviors, and they're right. With the 73% of teens who are using smartphones, there's a greater scope of potential harm. Bullying can occur on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, although Snapchat, all through Snapchat, which is also what I said. Emails and texts are coming through directly from bullies. And since their phones are never far from teens' hands, it's true, the harassment can becoming almost constant. With the technology changing so rapidly, it's important to always monitor your children's mobile devices and their online behavior to get ahead of potential threats. I haven't been bullied. I don't get bullied as much anymore anyways. Recognize the signs. Number 6. Recognize the signs. A cyberbullied child looks for the same as any of unwilling to talk about his or her day or disclosure of personal information according to the National Crime Prevention Council. You should look for other signs like loss of interest in favorite activities, skipped classes, or changes in sleeping and eating habits. While any of these may be indicative of multiple concerns, you might also notice a sudden lack of interest in using the computer, or in case of your child who is the aggressor. Extreme anger if you will take his or her phone or computer privileges away. Yes, that does actually happen sometimes. Number 7. Keep data secure. In the case of this person, bullies were able to set up a fake Facebook profile using a stolen photograph or to post harmful messages. It's important for you and your team to be diligent when it comes to posting data online. It's a good idea to limit your number of personal photos or information that your teams post online. Make sure they know to always keep passwords secure and change them regularly. Bullies have been known to hijack victim profiles and post rude or offensive comments. Likewise, teens should always be set to social media profiles to private and ignore messages from people who don't know altogether. Number 8. Don't get turned around. As noted by NoBullying.com, some victims do fight back against bullies and become bullies themselves. That's right. Don't bully the bully back, because then you're just going down to their level, and that isn't the way to go either. While they seem like one way to solve the problem, there often is a sort of back and forth between victim and aggressor, which tends to continue the behavior. Make sure you educate your teen about being respectful to other people's feelings and privacy online. Tell your child that they understand the impulsive and relatable, and that in long term it's best to not get involved in that way. Number 9. Stand together. It's important to stand together and look for long-term solutions to cyberbullying. In Canada, a recent bill was introduced to make it illegal to distribute there we go, images of a person without their consent, and allows the police to obtain a warrant for information about internet users based on their reasonable grounds to suspect an offensive has been I think that's how you pronounce it. This bill isn't perfect, but it can also be a roadmap to future regulation, keeping your kids safe on the internet. Meanwhile, in the US, laws vary by state, so it's important to understand your rights and escalate things to proper authorities if it becomes to get out of hand. Number 10, the final one, hold bullies accountable. A team of researchers at Clemson University is developing an app to scan photos, videos, and social media data to recognize signs of bullying. If bullying is detected, the app alerts the victim, the parents, school, and administrations, and even the predator, in effect of providing total visibility to stop bullying in their tracks. Even without the app ready to go, parents should hold bullies accountable by alerting the school officers and bullies' parents. Bullies need to understand that their actions have consequences and everyone deserves to live without fear. Okay, so that's it for another video. So leave a comment below if there's any more that I missed that you have. Leave a comment, click subscribe somewhere around me. Wherever it is, just leave a thumbs up. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. But until then, peace.